This video discusses abuse and trauma. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my name is Crystal. I'm a therapist with Better Health. Today, I'll be filming one of my online therapy sessions. My client has chosen to share her personal journey with me, and together we'll begin exploring her story. So, what brings you here today?
Well, the last time we left off at me talking about my miscarriage. I want to go ahead and go into details a little bit about what I've learned, you know, with my ex leaving and me just unfriending a lot of people that was supportive of the relationship. So, let's say my mom at first was against, just everybody that I've known, from friends to relatives getting close to me. And I didn't understand that until I got old enough to understand that she was using me the whole entire time. And in order to keep using me, she had to isolate me. And that's when I realized that my mom was the first narcissist that exposed me to it, and I was used to it all my life. To her manipulating me, to her knowingly that her boyfriends were having intimacy with me while she was at work. And, me as a little kid, I thought that my mom was the biggest hero, the biggest, person that can never go and do wrong, because that's all I had. She planted in our heads that my dad didn't want us and that he would leave. But I believe truly in my heart that if my dad was around, that we would have been sexually abused by him just as well as we were with her boyfriends. So I think that was one of the reasons why she left him and did not want to be with him anymore, is because of, he did not fulfill her needs anymore as her old supply. So moving on, she went with someone else that would come in and would beat us in private. Then he would sexually abuse us. And the reason why I feel like my mom knew is because of her buying and getting all the supplies he needed, just so when she do leave for work, that he was able to have fun with us being little girls. And when my sister always told her or tried to confess it, she always told me, or even my show told her, how dumb we were. We should have told her then. It doesn't matter now. And it was so many times where, I thought that I was losing my mind, or even wanted to unalive myself, because my mom didn't believe me, and no one else will in this world. So after having kids, I had some sense of safety because I had others to protect, and it wasn't just me anymore having to protect myself. And so that's why I say that me having kids at an early age, I had my first child actually at 16, and my mom forced me to get an abortion. And so, or talked me through it, I guess. And so the second child I hid for 8 months until I was full term, so she could not force me into getting an abortion. But this child she was okay with because he was a mixed child. And I feel like that's one of the things that my mom wanted. My mom despises any child that's fully African American, Black. She only likes all her grandchildren that are mixed, and majority of them girls. At this time, my sisters don't understand why, but I fully believe that my mom is attracted to little girls. I do feel like she is a predator in that sense, and that's one of the reasons why I did not allow her to babysit my daughter when my daughter was younger. It was certain things that she would do that made me feel very uncomfortable to even be around her when she had little kids. For example, like being in the bed naked with the kid, ways that she would rock the kid to sleep was very inappropriate. And I had to live with this for a very, very long time. And I think it kind of messed up a little part of me, to the part that I was liberating myself to believe that, oh, what I seen was not what it was, but it was exactly what it was. I was just too afraid to admit it. I'm thinking that, hey, this is my mom, she's not that type of person. This can't be it. But, watching movies, and even much so going in and just reviewing, certain Lifetime movies and stuff like that she used to sit down and make us watch. It was just obvious of what she was into, and that's why I know for a fact that it turned her on in a weird way. That
Thank you for sharing so much with me today. I know we've only just begun to uncover your story, and there's still more to talk about. Unfortunately, we've run out of time for this session, but we'll continue in our next one. Healing takes time, and we'll keep working through it together, step by step.
Thank you. It feels really good to speak it out loud. Like I'm just flabbergasted that I was able to continue without crying. So I thank you again, and I'll definitely be ready for our next session.
Session ended. Join me next time for part 3 of my story.